Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So I have this Christmas ornament and it is a gator head. I got it years ago and me and my mom were shopping and she was buying up a bunch of Christmas ornaments and I saw this one and I just had to have it. So it literally is just a floating gator head. And I always thought it would look really cute with a pretty pink bow on the back of it. And one of these days I'm going to attach a bow to the back of its head or a flower or something, just something pink and cute. But I have it sitting on my shelf right above my computer and I was staring at it one day and I was like, I want to draw a gator head. Like I want to make it like super kawaii, like super cute. And so I started sketching and I drew the big pink bow and I thought, well, what if it had like a popsicle in its mouth or a sucker or something like that? And I ended up going with the sucker. And for the eyes, I took the eyes from the Zelda dragon from Tears of the Kingdom, and instead of circles, I did like a star shape in the eye just to like change it up a little bit. But yeah, so I took a picture of my sketch and I pulled it into Photoshop and I just started doing the outlines, and I did green outlining for the body of the gator and pink for the bow and yellow for the teeth. And yeah, I just started coloring it. You know, it didn't like turn out the way I wanted it to in the end. I had an image in my head of what I wanted it to look like. And I was coloring all the scales and I was being really sloppy and messy with it as I was going, just slapping blocking the colors in, you know. And then I went in after the fact and started cleaning the scales up. And I was trying to alternate different colors of greens. And then it came down to how am I going to render it. And I initially wanted it to look kind of watercolor, but that just wasn't working. So I decided to do just scribbles instead. So I picked, you know, some lighter greens and I started, you know, scribble coloring inside of each of the scales and just kind of making a whole mess of it. And honestly, like, it doesn't look terrible. Like, it's not what I wanted, but it doesn't look bad. And I was just trying to stay really loose, and it kind of gives it like an energy, you know, like all the scribbly colors and the looseness of it. It kind of gives it this chaotic energy, and I kind of like that about it. But it's devastatingly weird, the drawing. And I do love it. And from a distance, it looks really, really good. And then when you get up close, you see all the scribbles and it's like, oh, well, it is what it is. So yeah, I don't know. I've been calling it my Gator Pop drawing. So I think that's what I'm going to title the video, Gator Pop. But anyway, y'all let me know if y'all like it, if you think it turned out good. So I went to another festival, this time with my mom, to sell my art. And we went to Gatesville, Texas. And it was a tiny little fair. It was called the Chivalry Fair. And it didn't have as many people as the art fair did in Paris. My mom, she was selling her tumblers and she made about $200. And then I made about $50 selling my artwork. And my mom was like, oh, people were complimenting your art so much. We need to put your art on my tumblers. And I was like, yeah, but then who gets the money? You know, me or you? Or is it half and half? Do we split it? So I really don't know if I want my hand-drawn stuff on our tumblers, because I just don't know how we could keep it fair. You know, when you're selling things back to back to back, like, how do you take the time to like keep up with what's being sold and who gets what, you know? So I would like to keep things separate personally. Like, I sell my art and you sell your tumblers, and I get my money and you get your money, you know, and I think that's fair. But the next festival we're going to is going to be in Liberty, Texas this weekend. It's like a 3-day event, and so I got to leave Thursday after work, and then we're going to drive all night to get to Liberty and stay in the hotel, and then early in the morning we're going to set up shop. And Mom said that it's one of those fairs that has like a security guard patrolling, so we don't have to break it down every night. We just keep it set up, and we put the walls of the canopy up so that way our product doesn't blow away or anything like that. And I was like, okay. I do want to sell some stickers, so I ordered 5 sets of stickers with 5 of my artworks on it. One of them is the Zelda piece with the Silent Princess dress. The other one is the Among Us drawing, the Toadette drawing, the Banana Cat drawing, and the Pokemon Spa Day. I cut out the Pikachu that's on the Frilligator. I cut that whole little bit out and cleaned it up, so that's going to be a sticker. And my husband said, like, I've got these like mystery bags. They're like all pink. You can't see through them. And he said you could put 2 stickers in a bag and sell them for $3. And he said, and then if people want to buy more, then like 3 bags is $5 and 5 bags is $10 or something like that. And I was like, okay. So I've got some pricing down for the stickers. Hopefully they'll get here this week so I have time to bag them up. They did ship today, so that's good. And then I made my business card. That's supposed to be here soon. I'm still waiting. I would love for that to get here this week as well, but I'm not sure where it is on the shipping, so I got to look into that. But yeah, my husband said, you know, because I told him, I said, I'm just so tired of working. I want to do this. Like, I want to sell my art. And he said, well, just look at it this way. He said, your job is financing your passion until your passion can finance itself. So you just keep doing what you're doing, and eventually you'll get to where you want to be. He said, nobody knows who you are. So you have to put your name out there, and so people will recognize you, you know? And I was like, yeah, I guess. So I'm trying my best. And, you know, I started doing those Pokemon binders, and my sister and her husband took the binders to their tabletop show, their trading card show, and they got a lot of compliments on those binders. And she's like, Megan, like, people really, really liked them. Like, you could totally do binders for a living. And I was like, we'll see, you know, like, that's not a bad idea. So yeah, you know, just trying to branch out and do different things and see what sticks. But that's kind of what's been going on lately, you know. I'm really excited for the future. I'm trying to stay positive. And, you know, I want my art to bring people joy. I say that all the time. And it does bring people joy, because when I'm standing at that booth and people are looking at my art. They're so excited. They're like, oh my gosh, that frog has a butt, or oh my gosh, that's so cute, or oh, a Zelda piece. I love Zelda. I can't believe you drew this. And I get all these compliments, and it makes me so happy, you know, and they're smiling from ear to ear. They're happy, and that just, it means the world to me, you know. So I'm just going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep drawing and coming up with my weird little doodles, you know, in between the fan art. And yeah, and I'll find my audience. I can't give up. I'm never going to give up. So anyway, thank you so much for watching the video and listening to my ramblings. I will catch you on the next one. See ya.